Welcome to Aldia Private School English Virtual Classroom of Grade 7. Hello children, welcome to this part 2 session of Argumentative Writing. In this video, we will have a revision of what is argumentative writing, and then we will move on to the practice of how to write an argumentative writing in the given topic.
The purpose of an argument is to convince or persuade. There are four main parts: claims, counterclaims, reasons, and evidence. So imagine one day you really want a new cell phone. So you say, "Mom, I really need a new cell phone." That is your claim. A claim is just stating what you want to prove. It's just stating your main point. Claims, remember, are not just opinions. They're what you think is true based on what you know in your research. So if you really want that new cell phone, you gotta base way more than just on opinion. If your mom's anything like mine, she'll say, "No, you don't need a cell phone." And this is gonna be her counterclaim. A counterclaim is just the other side of the argument. It has to be provable and supportable, not just because I said so. So you need to think, what might her counterclaims be so you can back your claim up with evidence and reasons to put hers down. Your mom would probably ask, "Why do you need a new phone?" And you need to come up with a reason, like, "My phone doesn't have internet access." Reasons tell why, tell the importance, and they make someone care. They are never because I said so. So then your mom will say so, and you need to back up your reason with evidence, like, "My friend with internet access makes honor roll." Evidence supports your reasons with facts, research, or experiences. Just because is not evidence. It needs to be something outside of just your brain. So your mom will likely say, "Really?" You'll show her proof, and then you'll get your new cell phone because of your great argument. So let's review the main parts of an argument: claims, counterclaims, reasons, and evidence.
Children, I hope you're clear with the main parts of an argumentative writing through this video. So now let's move on to the next video, where we will have a practice of an argumentative writing in the given topic.
This video is all about argumentative writing strategies at the 7th grade level. When you are beginning to write an argumentative style of essay, the first thing to do is identify the prompt. The prompt for this sample lesson is, which U.S. city would be the best to live in, Los Angeles or New York? Remember, the first thing you're going to do after you understand the prompt is write a claim. A claim is a statement that provides the reader with the side of the argument they chose. It restates the prompt and focuses your topic. This writer chose New York as their answer, which makes their claim, "New York would be the best U.S. city to live in." At the 7th grade level, we also have to include a counterclaim. Our prompt stays the same: which U.S. city would be the best to live in, Los Angeles or New York? But our counterclaim, as it identifies down here, is a nice way of saying that you don't agree with the other side of the argument. Again, the claim for this essay is New York would be the best U.S. city to live in, but the counterclaim says, while Los Angeles has many good qualities, New York's parks, schools, historical sites, and cost of living are superior. Those are the items that will be discussed in the essay, but it also includes the counterclaim by stating that Los Angeles is not the U.S. city that they chose. This is an incredibly important part of 7th grade writing. Once you've identified your claim and counterclaim, you can move on to your first point. In this case, the author's first point would be parks. So we go to our prompt, and the first thing we have to do is include a transition. Transitions get you from one thought or idea to another. When you're first starting out with your essay, the examples of types of transitions that you might use are off to the right. These include first, to begin, to start, all of which have commas following the word or phrase. So as stated, the first thing that this writer is going to talk about are New York's parks, and their transition sentence says, first, New York has one of the largest city parks in the U.S. They've given us a transition with the word first, which is underlined, and they've given us the idea of what this section of their essay is going to be about. You'll notice there is no I and there is no because. This is a transitional sentence which does not require either. After your transition and first sentence, as it shows in the orange box, you'll include an additional 1, 2, or 3 sentences that support your statement. Your statement being, New York has one of the largest city parks in the U.S. Then we move on to our next thought, and if you remember from the counterclaim, the next one is going to talk about schools. Again, transitions get you from one thought or idea to another. Examples of transitions that you can use after you have already written your first phrase include not only, in addition, similarly, additionally, according to, blank, because you have to include what you're according it to, and in the reading article, comma. So in this case, the writer chose, not only are the parks in New York amazing, but New York also has a great school system. Again, they include a transitional phrase. They remind us of their previous information with parks, and they tell us the next section of this essay will be about schools. You do not have to include your previous section, but if you say not only, you're implying that you're including another part of the essay. So that is why that is on this transitional phrase. Just like before, after your transition and first sentence, you'll include an additional 1, 2, or 3 sentences that support your statement. Up next, if we go back to our counterclaim, we see historical sites. Moving down, transitions, again, include additionally, furthermore, similarly, not only, and in addition to. In this case, the writer chose, additionally, New York has many historical sites. And you'll include an additional 1, 2, or 3 sentences that support that statement with evidence. A quick reminder, you are not using the same transition more than once. Always make sure you only use each transition one time. For our last section, we wrote the cost of living is superior. So going back down, we have our last section. So if it's the last section of your transitions, you can use transitions such as finally, furthermore, similarly, and additionally. And all of these would have commas following the word. Down here, you can see that this writer chose, finally, while New York is an expensive place to live, its cost of living is moderate compared to LA's high prices. Finally, you'll include an additional 1 to 2 or 3 sentences that support your statement. When you are writing, you may not always have a 4th item that you are arguing. If you do, you'll follow these steps. If your 3rd argumentative piece is your final argumentative piece, you could use these transitions instead. The last thing we need to include in our essay is a concluding sentence. In this case, transitions that you can use for your final concluding sentence include in conclusion, in summary, to summarize, overall, in short, or to sum up. This person chose to conclude The variety of unique options in New York make it a superior city to live in compared to Los Angeles. You'll notice that this sentence is not identical to the claim or counterclaim. They are different sentences, which is what you are expected to do. Again, your concluding statement restates the question and summarizes your ideas and argument. You do not necessarily have to include your list of 4, 3, or 2 topics, however your essay was organized, in your concluding sentence, but you're welcome to if you would like. That ends today's lesson on argumentative writing strategies for 7th grade. If you have questions, please ask one of your teachers.
Children, hope this video is clear in making you to understand how to write an effective argumentative writing. Please do your worksheets for more practice.